In this video, we are going to learn how to solve problems involving heat transfer for physics. So let's get started. The first one I have here says, these are often repeated questions. So guys, take note of these questions, each and every one of them. Alright, so the first one here says, the ground is always cold at night because the A. Atmosphere reflects the sun energy at night. B. The atmosphere absorbs the sun energy at night. C. Earth radiates heat to the atmosphere at night. D. Sun no longer shines at night. So guys, the correct option to this question is Earth radiates heat to the atmosphere at night. Alright, so that's it for this question one. Let's go to the next repeated question. Heat is radiated by all hot objects in the form of infrared ray. Option D. Alright, so the correct option in this question is option D. Infrared ray is not light energy, it's not X-ray, it's not solar energy, it's infrared ray. Alright, so the next question is this one. It says ice cubes are added to a glass of warm water. The glass and water are cooled by, alright, we have convection only, convection and radiation, conduction only, conduction and convection. So guys, the correct option to this question is conduction and convection, option A. Alright, so take note of this question as well. The next repeated question we have is this one. It says the radiator of a motor car is cooled by, we have option A, conduction, we have option B, convection, we have option C, radiation and conduction. We have option C, option D to be radiation. So guys, the correct option to this question is option B, convection. The radiator of a motor car is cooled by convection. Alright, so the next repeated question is this one. It says the time rate of loss of heat by a body is proportional to the dash temperature of the body, difference in temperature between the body and its surrounding, ratio of the temperature of the body to that of surroundings, temperature of the surroundings. So guys, the correct option to this question is option B, which is difference in temperature between the body and its surroundings. That's it for this particular question. The next repeated question I have here is this one. It says some ice crystals are held down at the bottom of a glass tube with a metal wire gauge. The tube is now filled with water and heated near the top. The water boils while the ice remains unmelted because we have these following options. Water is a poor conductor of heat. Glass is a poor conductor of heat. Cold water is denser than hot water. Metal wire is a good insulator. Which of the above statements are correct? So guys, the following above statements that are correct here are I, and I. So correct option is option A. Metal wire is a good conductor and not a good insulator. So correct option is what? Option A. Water is a poor conductor, yes, of heat. Glass is a poor conductor of heat, yes. Cold water is denser than hot water, yes. So the correct option is option A. That's it for this question. Let's go to the next repeated question. Is this one. It says which of the following has no effect on radiation? We have temperature, density, nature of the surface area. So the correct option in this question is B, density. Let's go to the next one. So the next one here says the mechanism of heat transfer from one point to another through the vibration of molecules of the medium is, we have option A, diffusion, this one convection, this one conduction, option D, we have radiation. So guys, the correct option this question is option C, which is what? Conduction. Alright, so take note of this particular question as well. The next repeated question is this one. It says teapots are often silver coated to prevent heat loss by, we have conduction only, radiation only, convection and conduction. D, convection only. So guys, the correct option to this question is option B, to prevent heat loss by radiation only. Alright, so that's it for this question. Let's go to the next repeated question. So the next one here says, which of the following surfaces will absorb radiant energy best? So the correct option in this question is black. Black will absorb radiant energy best. So let's go to the next one. It says the ground is always cooled at night because I think we have answered this question before. The correct option is option C. Earth radiates heat to the atmosphere at night. So that's the correct option. Okay, so let's go to the next repeated one. So the next one here says, which of the following has no effect on radiation? We have also answered this question before. The correct option is option C, density. Let's go to the next one. It says, which of the following concepts is a method of heat transfer and does not require a material medium? So guys, we have option A, convection, option B, radiation, option C, conduction, option D, diffusion. So the correct option in this question is option B, radiation. Alright, radiation does not require a material medium for heat transfer. So let's go to the next repeated question, which is this one. It says, a perfect emitter or absorber of radiant energy is red body, white body, conductor, black body. So the correct option in this question is option D, black body. So let's go to the next one. So this is the next question. Guys, before I attempt this question, if you are new to our channel, ensure that you are subscribed to this channel for more of our videos. We really appreciate this. So the question here says, heat transfer by convection in a liquid is due to, we have option A, increased vibration of the molecules of the liquid about their mean position, variation of density of the liquid, we have latent heat of vaporization of the liquid, we have expansion of the liquid as it is heated. Okay, so guys, the correct option to this question is option B, which is variation of density of the liquid. Alright, so heat transfer by convection in a liquid is due to the variation of density of the liquid. So let's go to the next repeated question, which is this one. It says, an iron spoon placed inside hot tea becomes hot. This heat transfer is due to, so guys, the correct option to this question is what? Option D, conduction. An iron spoon placed inside hot tea becomes hot. The heat transfer is due to conduction. Let's go to the next repeated question, which is this one. It says, two similar kettles containing equal masses of boiling water are placed on a table. If the surface of one is highly polished and the surface of the other is covered with soot, which of the following observations is correct? A, the kettle covered with soot cools down more quickly because it is a good radiator. B, the two kettles will cool down at the same rate. C, the kettle covered with soot cools down more quickly by the process of heat convection. D, the polished kettle cools down more quickly by conduction. So guys, the correct option to this question will be option A. The kettle covered with soot cools down more quickly because it is a good word radiator. So that's it for this question. Let's go to the next one. The next repeated question here says, heat reaches the food which is being cooked in a saucepan chiefly by, we have conduction and radiation, we have conduction and diffusion, we have convection and radiation, we have conduction and convection. So guys, the correct option to this question is option D, conduction and convection. Heat reaches the food which is being cooked in a saucepan chiefly by conduction and convection. So let's go to the next repeated question, which is this one. It says, in the molecular explanation of conduction, heat is transferred by, I think we have answered this question before. The correct option is option C, free electrons. So let's go to the next one. It says, an iron spoon placed inside hot tea becomes hot. The heat transfer is due to, we have conduction, evaporation, convection, radiation. So I think I've answered this question before. The correct option is conduction. Alright, let's go to the next repeated question. It says, a person in a room feels cooler under a rotating fan because the fan reduced the relative humidity in the room. B. Blows cooler air to the skin. C. Lowers the room temperature. D. Increases the rate of evaporation from the skin. So the correct option is option D. Increases the rate of evaporation from the skin. Let's go to the next question. This one. It says, which of the following concepts is a method of heat transfer that does not require a material medium? The correct option is option A, radiation. Let's go to the next question. So it says, a man standing 2 meters from a charcoal fire is warmed mainly by, the correct option is option A, radiation. Next one says, the blade of a hoe feels colder to touch in the morning than the wooden handle because we have option A, blade is placed at a lower temperature than the handle. Handle is better conductor of heat than the blade. Handle contains stored energy in the form of heat. Blade is a better conductor of heat than the handle. So guys, the correct option to this question is option D. The blade is a better conductor of heat than the handle. Alright, so that's it for this question. Let's go to the next one. Next one here says, thermal equilibrium between two objects exists when we have temperature of both objects are equal. One object loses heat continuously to the other. The quantity of heat in both objects is the same. The heat capacity of both objects are the same. Alright, so the correct option to this question is option A. The temperature of both objects are equal. Alright, so thermal equilibrium between two objects exists when the temperature of both objects are equal. So that's it for this question. Let's go to the next repeated question, which is this. It says, two objects A and B are placed in a closed container. After a while, the temperature of both objects becomes the same. Which of the following statements must be true? Object A and B have the same specific heat. Object A and B have the same heat capacity. Object A and object B have the same mass. Object A and object B are in thermal equilibrium. Alright, so the correct option to this question is option D. Object A and B are in thermal equilibrium. So let's go to the next repeated question, which is this one. It says, heat may be transferred by conduction, convection, and radiation. By which of these methods does heat travel through a vacuum? So the correct option here is option 1, B, which is radiation only. So lastly, before we call it a class, let's look at this one. It says, on a hot and sunny day, the inside of a car with the glass windows rolled up is hotter if the upholstery is black than if it is made of a bright and sunny material, because option A, black surface has lower thermal capacity. Bright and sunny surface is a better radiator of heat. Black surface is a better conductor of heat. Bright and sunny surface is a better reflector of heat. So I think we have answered this question before as well. The correct option to this question is option D. So the correct option is what? Option D. Bright and sunny surface is better reflector of heat. Alright, so that's it for these questions under heat transfer for physics. Hope you learned something interesting from the video. Let's call it a video, guys. If you are new to our channel, once more, ensure that you are subscribed to this channel now by hitting the subscribe button for more of our videos. Also like, share, and comment on this video. Tell me how you feel for what I learned from this video. If you seem to have any specific questions to ask regarding what I've talked about in this video, feel free to leave your question in the comment section below, and I'll ensure to give you a response. Also, if you're not yet part of our channel membership, ensure that you click the join button now to become part of our channel membership. In our channel membership, we share special information to the community there that helps them a lot to do well in their academics. So join us and you'll be glad you did. Now click on the end screen above and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.